Padres pregame thoughts. Padres and the Dodgers, game 2 of 4 here in this series in San Diego. Obviously, last night was a really frustrating night. The Padres should have won that game. You have Robert Suarez on the mound in the 8th inning. You have a lead, and they end up blowing it. The bullpen falls apart. Should have Darvish stayed in? I don't think so, but you can ask that question. Should Suarez have been pulled earlier? You definitely have that case, but those are, questions that obviously... Those are just going to be questions that we can debate, and I'll talk about more on the show later tonight. I'll have a show because it's mid-series. I figured let's do mid-series episode instead of just going through 4 games. There's a lot to talk about from last night. There's going to be something to talk about, obviously, after today. So I'll go live on YouTube after my post-game reaction after tonight's game. But Padres got to flush it, right? Manny, he loves going to, that's in the past, right? Just keep playing baseball. Got to keep playing good baseball. And so just flush it and move on to today. Blake Snell on the mound for the Padres. And Michael Grove, I believe, is on the mound for the Dodgers. You look at Grove's ERA, and that's not going to scare you. And Snell, obviously, he is the best pitcher in Major League Baseball right now, the way he is pitching. He is on track to go win the National League Cy Young Award if he continues to pitch this well. So I like the matchup. Like, if you're a Padres fan going in, I think you have to like the matchup. But last night, they were terrible with runners in scoring position. I think they went 3 for 16. There were spots early in the game, first and second, nobody out, and they end up not scoring a run. So it's things like that. Like, I know they were a little unlucky last night. Outman robs the Tatis home run. Tatis put a good swing on that ball. And I think it was Manny who had that liner, and Hayward makes that catch in the gap. So can some of those balls fall in? Can a Tatis home run like that, will it go the distance where it doesn't get robbed? Little things like that can change the game, so maybe that happens in the Padres' favor tonight. But regardless, even if it doesn't, they just have to be better when they do have those opportunities with runners in scoring position. When you need a fly ball to the outfield for a sac fly to bring in a run or move a runner over, that has to happen. Not a strikeout, not a pop-up to the infield. So I'm going to be interested to see how that goes tonight. Because Blake, I think he's going to keep him in the game. Now, my Underdog Fantasy pick, I'm going to continue to do this. 100.5 pitches is the Underdog Fantasy pick. I'm going lower on that. I'm not going to go higher on any pitch count with Blake Snell, even when he's pitching well like this. I'm just not going to go higher on it. I'll take the odds and go under, go lower when the pitch count is at 100 or higher. And that's probably just me thinking back to the inconsistencies of Blake Snell, even though he's not pitching like that now, but I just can't help it. So that's where I'm going in my Underdog Fantasy pick. But Blake, he's going to keep the Padres in the game if he continues pitching the way that he has been pitching. He's been pitching tremendously. I think it's just going to be up to the offense. And then the bullpen, maybe they don't go with Suarez because I think he threw over 30 pitches last night. But everyone else should be available. And I would expect Josh Hader to pitch. Even if, there are back-to-back days, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday, Monday. So maybe not. But I was thinking, maybe even if it's a tie game in the 9th inning, maybe you see Josh Hader. He was warming up last night. The Padres were down 3 runs, and I look up, because I was at Petco, obviously, look to the bullpen, and Josh is warming up alongside, I think, Tom Cosgrove, and Cosgrove was the one that ended up coming in. I think Hader was warming up with Barlow as well. Barlow came in. So I don't really know why he was up at that point, but I think the Padres want to get him in here. He had the day off, obviously, before this Dodger series. Didn't pitch yesterday. You want to have Josh Hader pitch. You got to win these games. So I'm interested to see if Bomel and Ruben Niebla go to Josh Hader, even if it isn't in a save situation. Nick Martinez, is he going to go multiple innings today? It's Blake Snell, so maybe not, but it is the Dodgers series. I feel like Bob Melvin, he's going to probably want to have some urgency here because they got to win these games. Yesterday it was a missed opportunity. All the other teams that they needed to lose, they lost, and the Padres couldn't take advantage of that and, get closer to a wild card spot. So we'll see what happens tonight. Post-game reaction and then a live show coming up after tonight's game. Padres-Dodgers, 5:40 first pitch. I think it's on national television on FS1, but it is going to be on the regular Padres, your regular Padres channel, if you don't want to watch that.